See, a bit late this morning, but seeing it, I wouldn't have a sleep post while I'm still glad that I woke up early. Yeah, just about to get started. I just see I need to work on sleeping much earlier at night. But I don't feel like this in the morning. Um, yeah.
Going down. Now I'm going to go the opposite way from where we have been going. Peter did C minor. I'm going to go down in fifths or up in fourths instead of up in fifths or fourths. We're going to do the key of F minor today. So get your fingerings together. Pause if you want to. Get your fingerings together for this. I am going to play my thumb on some flat keys that will go down because it's a more comfortable shape for me, and I think it sounds good. But please get your own fingerings together for this. You can do it. It's not that hard. This is a real comfortable one in our hand. So let's start it. 8 notes with our right hand. 1, 2, 3. Nice and smooth. Relax. Take a deep breath. Nice and smooth. Relax. Take a deep breath. Let's 1, 2, 3, and 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, and let's 1, 2, and 16 notes. 1, 2, 3, and nice and even. Fingers curved. All right. 92. 1, 2, 8 notes and attention to those details. Consistency. 2, let's end. Be as even as possible here. 16. 2, 3, and 16th, and let's start nudging it up. 100. 1, 2, 16ths, go.
All right.
Let's go to the 16th, and let's start nudging it up. 100. 1, 2, 16ths, go. Four, 2, 3, and oh, wait, nice big sound. Confident strikes. 2, 3, and Good. 108. Nice big sound. Confident strikes. 2, 3, and 12. 120. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 138. 1, 2, 144. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3. 52. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 5. 168. 1, 2, 3, and 36. You hanging with me? 1, 2, 3, and try it again. 1, 2, 3, and one more time. It's starting to burn a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and but by the end there, you're really just getting these shapes. You're able to wiggle your fingers. I mean, it's a really comfortable thing to do. Let's take it back down. We're going to take it down to 80, and let's work on our left hand. This is going to be a little more challenging with your left hand just because, coming down from this, going up to the pinky forefinger area as opposed to rolling down to the thumb, which is just a more comfortable, easier motion. So it's going to be a little more challenging, and then coupled with it's our left hand, not our right hand. So let's put the work in. 8 notes, starting down here. 1, 2, 3, and confident strike. Even. Again. 2, 3. Two, three. Eight, 2, 3, and Together. 2, 3. Eight and go back to 8. It was 1, 2, 3. Two, 3. Two, 3. That again. 2, 3. And leave it. Slow it down a little bit in the sound slice. Go to 92, back to the 8th note. It's getting really comfortable with the pattern. 2, 3. Go up to 92, back to the 8th note. It's getting really comfortable in this pattern. 2, 3. There again. 2. Back down to 80. One oh eight. But we're gonna do eighth notes. It's gonna be fairly slow, but we're gonna try to get some control here. In our left hand, let's start forte. Come up as we get to the top of our line piano, and then crescendo back to forte. So this is starting loud, decrescendoing as we go up. It's a little bit unnatural, but it's going to be good for control, and then crescendoing back to forte as we go in, which is a crescendo as you go down on your on your left hand. It's something that's completely natural. Right. Start loud, it's soft. Started to get loud a little too early. It takes longer to go back down because of the pattern, so I need to hold off a little bit. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, and. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. I'll take a lot of control. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and. Just as much technique and chops as playing, ripping, whatever we got up to, 76 on the 16th note. Just as important, just as crucial to your development and your touch, your feel, how you can express yourself on the instrument. So always be working towards some kind of control like that. All right, that'll do it for today. Join me tomorrow for day 3 of our 3rd week. And until then, happy practicing.
What's up, everybody? Peter Martin here. Welcome to this week's lesson. We're going to go over a great tune by Charlie Parker, a foundational tune. A foundational. What's going on, everybody? Peter Martin here. Welcome to the Jazz Channel Method. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy as we get to the end of 2025. The last chapter in terms of months is December 2025, but maybe you're seeing this in 2026. Maybe you're seeing this in 2036. Maybe you're seeing this in 2136. I'm not sure, but I hope that this finds you whenever you're seeing this in a joyful, peaceful place, hopefully in front of a piano or a keyboard or something, or at least having that in your life. Uh, and as always, every time I sit down at this instrument, which I've been doing since I was 2 years old, or probably even before, because I grew up in a house where the computer was the piano. Like, that was the thing in our house that had the most number of buttons. We didn't have a computer because it was like 1970, 71 when I was born. So it's like, I remember looking at this instrument very much the way that I do now, with kind of wonderment. And once I started pressing the buttons on this computer, a lot of joy and fear and awe and delight in what it can do. And I think that if, just trying to get this adjusted correctly. Yeah, here we go. Um, if we kind of bring that childlike sense of joy and awe and fold, this is being able to bring out this. I'm just messing around. Open up a out of time rubato introduction. We're in the key of F. There's actually a wonderful verse. We're not going to go over it today because I don't want to overcomplicate things. Although it's very simple and it's pretty much over just like 2 chords. The verse to this is great. You can always think about incorporating that. That's maybe for a different day. But when we come up with these intros, it's a little bit of a verse, right? Like, the verses are set up as introductions to the chorus, full and simple on the introduction, right? So there might be a template of kind of 1, F major, 6. So if we get to that 6, we have a little bit of a pivot point harmonically. We can go minor, E7, maybe extend out, flat 9, sharp 9. What's up, everybody? Peter Martin here. Welcome to this week's Jazz Piano Method lesson. I'm so glad that you're joining me. I'm excited to be here. I always think like, wow, I'm as excited as I can be to play jazz piano, and yet another day goes by, another year, a new instrument, new playing jazz, learning about it. So to me, it's just, in theory, that can go on. It feels challenging for sure, which, right, as we sort of as our technique gets better, as our ears get better, as our understanding of sort of the not only the history of the music, but what's available, but also, just like us being able to, in terms of actual progress, multiple keys or something like that, you can make these huge breakthroughs. It's a great place to come back to, right? I mean, like we think about every time I play that tune, or even the C blues, like there's so much history that I have that we all probably have with that tune, or maybe it's a different tune for you. But for me, I mean, I remember teaching my kids or trying to teach them that at the piano. I always think about the great Oscar Peterson's video, his version on his recordings. Learning the tune myself. I mean, like there's just so many different connection points. So when we come back to it, it's a good place for us to sort of gauge where we are in our life, and with our relationship with the instrument. So a foggy day. It's gonna be a fun one to play over, but before we get there, I want to go back. I mean, I'm always thinking about it. What's up, everybody? Peter Martin here. Welcome to this week's lesson of the Jazz Piano Method. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining me. We're coming together to study, to revisit, to remind both us as players a little bit. Uh, it's a very Misty, such an important jazz standard, so beloved by both us as players, I think as listeners. It's a very nostalgic song for a lot of people, whether they know it well or not. It's got that kind of sound. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Um, you know, Understanding, I think, a composition is so important for us as improvisers because we're making an arrangement. We're setting the mood, right? We're telling a story every time we sit down to play, no matter how well we know the tune. In fact, the better that we know the tune, I feel like the more responsibility we have to potentially, come up with a new arrangement as we go. We can take a few more risks, right? Because we know the intricacies of the tune. If we get off the path a little bit, we know we never feel like, even if we can't see the path, we can feel that path close by. So we should take advantage of that. So it's kind of through that lens that I want to talk about this too. We'll have the sheet music, of course, as always. You know, before we even get into it, that this is the iconic beginning, Major 7. We can think about an introduction. Kind of work backwards from where we're going to start, right? So, like a lot of these times, I'll just sort of base it on like some variation of a 3 6 2 5 1. So that sounds like E flat major, right? In terms of where I'm going to just move the basic kind of movement of the introduction 3 6 2, kind of based on that, right? So I got fourths, that major third on top, and then instead of going to the sixth, which could be nice, maybe I'll slide down a half step to that G flat fully diminished, right? And within that, diminished, I like to keep the melody the same sometimes to kind of frame what I'm going to do in terms of voicing. So when I go to that G flat diminished, the obvious thing would go something like that, which is nice. We're just going right through the arpeggiation of the fully diminished. We can also get a little bit obtuse with it, right? Because we're not playing the root down there, so that gives us some more freedom. So you can see right here. Everything is still within that whole half diminished scale. See which one should I like. I'm also definitely thinking about trying to hear the voice lead, right? So I'm going from these two notes to that minor triad, actually. Now I have to the F minor, to the B flat. So you can kind of calibrate the tension and the little bit of inner voice movement, or with your alterations resolving them, right? So I got a sharp 11 and a flat 9. A foundational tune, a fundamental tune, to bebop, to modern jazz in particular, Yardbird Suite. Before we go any further, let's learn the tune. This is a fun tune to play over. This is a great beginner bebop tune, but it really has, I think, some interesting challenges to it. It's something that I learned so early on. It was really the first bebop tune that I learned that it always kind of resonates and I connect with it in a very special way. But I think in terms of like the form and like especially how the melody sort of is set up and interacts with the chord changes really lends itself well to some interesting playing. And it starts right at the beginning. Like it starts in a very square way, not rhythmically, but in terms of C major, and we're starting like that's tough because normally it's like because like if we played major 7, it's a little bit like I don't know, it can be a little bit of a clash. But the advantage that we have is that it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So at the end of 1, right? And then it comes right on 3 and 4. So we got that 1 and 1 and 2 and then 3, 4. So it's almost like the syncopation is set off almost like in a reverse way. Normally it'd be like we can do that when we solo, and we can even play off this at a little bit of a bigger level. But what this does is it gives us the ability to either want to like to play on the beat with our left hand 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we can be like play with that and 1 in the right hand. And both are good, both are a little bit different, and those are kind of options that you have. In terms of that, the clash between the major 7 and even like the 9. The main thing that we have to mitigate that is playing on the beat and then playing on the upbeat with the melody where it lies. What I'm doing here, a lot of times we'll think about like this voicing, which is a big stretch for many of us. But this almost works better either as a root 7, 9, which is still a stretch, but I think for a lot of you that's going to be doable. And then if you can, that's nice, right? Or just that, or that, but going for something like this, fluster, right? So I'm going root 3, 7, 2, 2, it's nice. And then you can jump down, and then you can jump down. Nice. Then you can jump down to this 7, 9, or 3, right? And then the third bar, C7, I know is official, but I like to do C major sometimes. You can do either one. And then here, these work really good. Or just going root and shell, splitting it up between both hands. Major 7, dominant, dominant, or dominant, dominant, dominant. It's a little cluster with the melody. It's a nice little cluster with the melody. The 2 chord officially dominant, go to minor 2. At the 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Then G7 on the first. Now we can go D7 to the D minor and then delay the G7. 6, 2. This is a great place. This last bar, this 8th bar of the first A section. Throw in our little practice with Peter situation. Okay, our repertory exercise. Look, so the first time, second time, it's just kind of an answer like 8 bars later on that second ending from the first one. It said, "Boo boo doo boo 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 dee how." Now we've got a 2-5-1 to the minor three. I always love, and the bridge starts the first 4 bars are in E minor, kind of temporarily. I was thinking about the E minor or the 3 minor of a major. So that's C major or minor. There's a lot of functional things in terms of like to the 6 to the 5 back to the 1. But I always like to look at it as sort of the reverse relative minor. So minor third down from C major, got the real relative minor, A minor. If we go up a major third, instead of down a minor third, we've got like the alternate relative minor. I like to think about it. So it's got some stuff in common with the C major, especially if the 1 or the C major, you think about it as Lydian. So even though officially A minor, the real relative minor of C major has the exact same key signature. For jazz, I almost feel like that major third up, that E minor is closer related to C major than the A minor. Anyway, it's just another area. You'll see this on a lot of different kind of tunes that'll go to this. So, and it's also not so much a 3 at this point because the 2-5-1 leading into it and the way that the melody is very much firmly establishes this, at least temporarily, as E minor is our key now, right? The whole mood of it and everything is not leading back to C major. It is going to lead back to C major, but it's going to be a little while, 8 bars, in fact. So we can kind of, lay into that E minor for a while. It's a fun thing to do. And then it's kind of like, oh, where are we going? Back to C, but not right away. Function of this. Yeah. Stressing up how important it is to say. Because look what I just did. If I'm having to feel that, right, as I'm saying it. And then I have to breathe. So like that can be very related to how we swing, how we lay into the group, how we actualize the timing of the phrases, like where they start. A lot of times we have a better ability to play good time while we're playing an eighth note or an eighth note triplet um, inclusive line than we do when we have a break, any kind of rest, even if it's just for one beat or even half of a beat. That's typically where people get off. Like it's one thing to have solid time, but like in between that phrase, you gotta have just as much attention. So the breath, the preparation for how you're gonna play the phrase has to be part of the timing. You can't just like relax and then come back in because then you're going to come in off the time. You mess up the time, the phrasing's off, and even if what you're playing is good at that point, it's not going to feel good. Okay, so that's the great thing about singing. It forces you to breathe. It forces you to make the phrases feel good, or at least it's easier for you to tell if they're not feeling this to course correct.
So she, but isn't she lovely? Made with love. Yeah, I never thought the love could be so much better than she. But isn't she lovely? Love. I never thought the love could be so much better than she. Isn't she lovely? Made with love. I never thought the love could be so precious as she. So isn't she lovely? Okay, guys, I need to share my screen away. I'm reading first, maybe I'm gonna do some reading. Ah, hurry up and wait. Very check the guys, okay? So consolidating. CPI 693. This is just consolidating really. Okay, literally we just wait. We're not entering now any time. So we just wait. Okay, so there's some definitely CPI. Was to this month over month and year over year. Actual 0.4, previous 0.4, so okay, 0. So no change. No change in the month for month, and slight change in the year for year, so I don't think it makes much of a difference. It's probably why we saw this big indecision. And change on the bullish for dollar and bearish for That means inflation isn't that high and it's getting less, so then we should have see a sell off on the gold, isn't it? We see the sell off. So my thesis probably should be that with CPI out was change. زمان بچه باشه Great news that I konstaterat now CPS obviously hot. Was with the focus. If what? Yeah. She's just consolidating. Okay, I'm not focused on why this anyway. Tired. Stop. Okay, so this number is low eyes, low eyes, low eyes, low eyes. So we are still consolidating in a big range, but my assumption is that we're gonna continue down. You can we just talk about this is an absolute trash time to be a trader from basically May until June 14th. Yeah, it's like a month basically. That market is just straight consolidating. Just guys is currently not that strong. Couldn't hold this level, so that means you don't want to buy now. And it took go lower. see. Oopsie. Mm. Yes, the heat take profit why didn't I in touch because not really my trading's down, price is consolidating, it's just some things that can go wrong. Not confident. It's just the sort of been pure old market trading. Then the sort of we take profit is like yeah, just yeah. Look at me. Helpless as a kitten up a tree. Look at me. Helpless as a kitten up a tree. I know for a fact, a big fact, that gold's gonna come down to 530. Let's just watch over the day and then let's see. Because I know that it's going to happen. Actually looking for 38.2. I don't know. Well, that definitely that's 3.6 though. Okay. As helpless as a kitten up a tree. Taking it low. Oh, currently Thursday. It's true. Let's make sense of this, no? Okay, let's make sense of this. If we come to this level again, I'm going to assume that we are going to break it because sellers was dominant here. They won the battle. Obviously, it took some money to absorb all this buying pressure. And yeah, to get all their positions in, cost their fees, whatever it takes. They won the battle and they shot price down. Read, I had a pullback, price down again. Okay. Right. A major support level and at the lows. And a beautiful reaction and heavy displacement of the range. And see thick full candles. Going into these full candles. So now we're at these low highs. If we break a price goes here, we're going above. Because why would sellers use all the money, all the time, all the efforts to push price down until this level and then just allow the buyers to buy it back up until here and then sell it going down with intent to break. So it makes sense. If you sellers wanted to dominate and go lower, they would stand so we just broke it through. But yeah. Feel very good. Play some lo-fi as well. Lo-fi to some music.
Actually, it says let that determine what you do and say and think. Life is short. Do everything. The 3 equals 36. Interesting. Oh, hi there.
Lo-fi. Did I catch that on the top? It's not nice to buy it and working. Sleep. Okay, so okay, what do we see here? There's a resistance, resisted, bounce, resisted, bounce. Is broke above, sell is broke across down immediately. So again, if we do see a displacement and then from there we'll take the trade to the downside. Finish. Price is breaking above again. Are we gonna hold and accept above? Yeah, we are accepting above the level. So now, this looks like we're gonna continue going up. Now wait 15 minutes and we'll just kind of close and see how it closes. Okay. Can't go in by here though. It's gonna be a trash 40 pips. I'll get 100 pips into this. Here's the pullback we were waiting for. Okay, we're going internal. Because I didn't really expect us to have such a reaction here. You can see of this resistance, we still rejected. So let me save. Bring on this also such a rejection. This is the proper one to look at and not the other ones. This is just some noise. See a bit of a displacement happening. The selling pressure coming down. Straight up, sold immediately. It's not a good time to be a buyer in this market. Yep. Have a nice displacement. The tough thing is that it's consolidating the entire company, not going to eat it. And we're still in that range. Like according to me, that we should go down and just seeing this if we gain displacement. Breaking below to the build only turn exit. No creation really. A soft price action is a couple of weeks. So maybe because the price I'll make was the selling pressure. Volume sales. Mm, yes, the audio straight up to because the exact same way. Did it peak yesterday? Okay. What is happening with this cold? Yes. Guys, ILO. Broken internal. I can't lie, today I need extra caffeine to make it through. Things are going down, hooray. I need extra caffeine. Monster, Red Bull, cappuccino, and everything else. So the same things happening to me that happened yesterday when I was busy. I'm like dozing off and falling asleep every time. My eyes struggling to stay open. I need extra caffeine today. No, genuinely tonight I'm not sleep early. I can't answer. I watched terrible. I want to really get my stuff done, but I fall asleep right away. Well, I was contemplating coming back to sleep again. I think I'm just gonna push through and stay. 'Cause you gave me one more day to say I love you, Lord. You were born honest. Okay, guys, we're back. Marcus back, you know. Marcus back, man. The big man thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm back. I'm so back. I'm so back. So back. Big man thing, yeah. I have about 10 minutes left. Okay. We rejected. Bah. Boom. Bah. 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 Heavy displacement again. We're at the lows now. See what happens. Scan the buyers. Reclaim price. Or they're gonna the sellers run with it. Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Mm. Beautiful movements, man. I didn't catch any of it. Realistically, we could have gotten in. Probably. I don't think I should trade today. Just reason being, like, at least not like this flower man is tired. Look, I am tired. Yeah, just I don't think it would be a smart decision to trade like this. Not at all. So I Let's see. So my piano session was pretty reductive. Trading, not actually, because yeah, it was with falling asleep, listening to this and that. Now, hopefully, my reading session can be productive and then I can have productive trading session later as well. I'm gonna fill myself with caffeine today. Make it my breakfast burger with a cappuccino. Then later in the day, on the afternoon time, I'm gonna get me a read law. And I'm trying to back at 8. Wake up at 5 tomorrow morning. Hey, how to get in the shorts? Up, low, high, low, low. Action, it two. Need a displacement. Displacement. Will be the best place to enter. Short here. Just see what happens. Okay, now we move stop loss to break even. No risk on trade. And up 1.3%. See if we can get a follow through. Why did we enter also? You might ask. I did displacement, price pullback. The actual resistance to 8.2%. Entry. Stop loss about valid entry. Oh, Raisi take profit, which is sweet. Another banger in the books. I'll document the story like later during the day. I'm analysis was bearish, what worked, what did not work. Well, anyway, actually also is taken too. Lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff. The additional ending of the trade was a win in the trading session. I think I made 4% in the trade. Now I have in total 4%. Move it, then I can go more to the side. Sure, yeah. Last one trade on to just $346. So we're up, boys, we're up. I basically got 3 out of all trade right. Another short break, then I'm about to start reading. The reading session was kind of unproductive, but we ended up still with our massive brain and our expert analysis. We ended up with a W. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna just pour myself some water. I think shoot a few pool shots. Bah, bah. Mm, 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 mm. And then I'll be doing this push ups. This is gonna be a problem with returning a watch, and I won't be able to return it because I've been looking for this. It's supposed to be a page that comes with a bag when they deliver it. I think I consciously or by mistake threw it away or so because you need that page to return orders and so on. Gonna put that 3 orders for you or the 3 stuff for you. It came at a different time, so there's other packaging. So there's gonna be a problem with the return of the thing, and I won't actually be able to return it because I'm looking for the page that's supposed to be in the bag, but I think by mistake I threw it away, so and we need that delivery note to return orders online. To return online orders. I don't know what I did with it, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to return that item. I think it's gonna be not best if I just take it in to resile it or so on, and then yeah. Hey guys, let's start reading. Let's start reading. Let's start reading. I think if I want to read for like an hour, like 15 minutes, because it's 15 minutes left until work. But on McDonald's, and if I want McDonald's, I'll have to go before work. So, narrated about quarter to, I think, and then leave to McDonald's. Hopefully, get back by 9 o'clock. God, I can't continue to listen. When you're 15, what are your dad's teachings? The teaching is to try, showing about his razors, Roman. Try. I'm sure I shall try to refer sales by internet companies are software looking for what investing and so I started doing my research, which consists of looking at which stocks went really high and low. Mm, and I just the tip because I understand technology. Reading magazines is the English extent each produce. I'm listening. Exchange and then for therapy okay. Amazon.com. Essentially, she's one bubble. Some realism. That is exactly listen to the that's actually basically very important to know how you can idle science but it's not going to that put in something like quickly information dictionary listening investing what we can individuals do as that even with it problem just all that I am expecting a long stocks and statistics. Sintettinerai soknekalla terveellisen sorts alimenterulaatan historialla kilometer prosentista joten alkuperäisviljelyllä from places in life and then teach me the importance of engaging to the quarter doubt. But if I read this book, that's true. We no matter where we start, we'll start with the cards we dealt. So I have to make a best of the cards. Stocks. Identifying academic focus on particular industries. Industry that focuses on healthcare and even including English language personal investment for private companies. English is an opportunity to support it. If some companies are expensive, it may find it budget for finance that photo laws. Listo, be smart about it. Don't. Don't be rude. On my English. Professional crazy, photos and the same random necessarily revelation convention of people also marks of these people. These people almost always young, arbitrary and disaffected. You're not seeing a lot of people with success because they're spending 4 hours a day posting their statistics on the world from it also requiring crypto investments to drop 80%. I have no problem with alternative investments when they are part of an overall portfolio. I have no problem with more utilities around making money, but money making idea is that it rationalizing posted from currency to investment. It's easy. There's an investment research cryptocurrency is a form of currency that you can use to pay for various goods. If you merchants, second currency, so something like is the currency stable. Always worth $1. Tackle donate positions over 25% in 1 week. Okay. So portfolio is not try to do best as it can be hopefully functioning portfolio closed. And if you click that on investing, yes, it's deal with exposure. Guide period for Shinabakir first person revelation in the realm. By action steps, week 6. Yes, there we go. Steps. 6. Researching research. Okay, I was reconstructing amplifier, it will take more time. This ink is running dry, but it's like I don't know why it's going so quickly. It's insane. So yeah, now by the state, I can maintain a file system. Everything. Auto. How to maintain and keep your system. You've done the hard work. What's next? Your infrastructure. Achieve your rich life. You have noticed. Let's check this one of the shortest in the book. Very good. Sin, comparison, account. Simple the part of your finances. Your credit cards, bank accounts, spending, investments, funds. So the reservation called the system. The essential autopilot. And so what this book has encouraged me to do basically is pay off my debt that I have and just get rid of debt. Build smarter systems like also the envelope method. Pay myself a part of my salary per month, per week. So that I get to like spend guilt free, whether it's on food, whether on a buy me whatever it is, just guilt free. Um yeah. So that's that. And then also to put money aside every month for investments, for debt payment, for gifts or wants, things like that, other than daily spending. Also about investments, yeah. Get into different avenues of investing, having a diversified portfolio, asset allocation, all those type of things. How to maximize and use credit cards. All these things, man. All these things. Of course, there's a but. If you seriously already and want to know more than watching your finances, this is a chapter where we will cover a few topics that will help you maintain your system. We'll also cover optimizing your investments even further. Remember though, this is extra credit, so don't feel the need to follow the advice of chapter unless you really want to. I was raised with the best. I was raised to be the best to study out of work longer, perform between everyone else in many ways was a lesson that I've paid off. But I also see the dark side of blindly following the idea of being the best without reflecting on why you're working so hard. So before we do ask yourself what is the point of all this work? It's to earn an extra 10K to actually have a rich life. I want to have a rich life, man. Sometimes financial advice just plan encourages people to do more without stopping to ask, is this enough? The concept of winning becomes a goal instead of why you're playing in the first place. When you do get to stop and enjoy all the hard work you've done, see too many people decide to take control of their finances good and change their lives to save money good and continue saving and becoming increasingly aggressive and finally end up living in the spreadsheet where they spend each day counting how much money is grown. Become obsessed with the game without realizing what they're playing. You do not want to live in a spreadsheet life. This is more than taking a certification and something. Anyways, I don't want to it's time to ask. I have to keep going. To answer, I want to take the verification every day and choosing first class tickets. Great. It is what I want to do. State. When I ask you why do you want to work on freedom, security, that comes down to challenge because the people problem is at high level. Buying visions never motivate us as much as we hope. So, on the street, the problem you want to earn $60,000 and to bring on from the house, and $16,000, yo. I do. I have an next 200,000 rand. Open real quick. $15,000 out. Буквально несколько 5 минут. For like next 5 minutes, I think I have like 5 minutes left of my time. Get the rest. Division. Division would be taking a taxi. I've been serious waiting on the train today. I'm not on the train. To send question that ask they were planning and good choice. Just simple as that. So I don't know if someone has done this. Some soccer field and getting to soccer field. That's worrying about money. There's so much things I want to do. Just trips, communication, and relation. And sports, garden, moons, or breakfast. But you know what? Yes, you should actually base me on settings. So they run automatically. The automatic system is correct. Choose only one thing you need, and then you feed it. set the systems on restaurants and they put in the early chapters in this book, all of implementing 95% solution. Things started with hardest and most important step. Math, if you are contributing 100 math, but now it's about the raw volume into your system. Now, this is where your purpose comes in. For example, if you want to fire financially independent and retire early, 15 years, you know to double down and save invest aggressively. To the version yourself a chance to spin the plans of perform things together a decision. Very the culture Europe. Machine at the control is but of five to do it or test you could only catch it takes time usually makes it to upload and tomorrow. Open up on a business calculators into new monthly investment contribution assuming 8% return. You will likely see that your current contributions will grow more slowly than you thought. Adding small change dramatically. Chapter 4 The unconscious payment plan is which is general percentages of income to allocate for saving and investing. First was to encourage percentage constant and more your amounts so that you can save and invest much more possible as much as possible. I know invest more consequences to the same. This is not about wanting to deprive you, actually it's the opposite. Because compounding works so effectively. The more you save now, the more you'll have later. So this independent calculator. Go in. Yeah, little more investment income. Plan within some serious bargaining. Major purchases at some point. Cut the expenses as possible. And reading. Guys, it's all for today. Thank you.